Hidden facts about the Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire, a sprawling power that reigned for over 6 centuries, once had a standing army composed entirely of Christian boys, forcibly taken from their families, converted to Islam, and meticulously trained to be the Sultan's most loyal and feared warriors, a system known as the Janissaries. This wasn't merely a recruitment drive. It was a deeply ingrained imperial policy, the divserm, or blood tax, which systematically siphoned young lives from conquered Christian lands to fuel the heart of the empire's military might. As detailed in Stanford J. Shaw's seminal work, History of the Ottoman Empire in Modern Turkey. Imagine the chilling paradox. The empire's very strength, its capacity for conquest and control, was built upon the profound personal sacrifice of the very communities it subjugated. Yet, this notorious institution, the Janissaries, is just one thread in a tapestry of hidden truths that reveal the Ottoman Empire as far more complex, contradictory, and utterly fascinating than popular history often suggests. Beyond the tales of sultans and harems lies an empire that pioneered surgical techniques, revolutionized public health, and even influenced the coffee habits of the entire world, all while navigating a delicate balance of ruthlessness and surprising tolerance. For instance, while the divserm was brutal, the empire also provided a haven for Jewish refugees fleeing the Spanish Inquisition in 1492, offering them safety and opportunities within its diverse borders, a historical fact often highlighted by scholars like Bernard Lewis in The Jews of Islam. One of the most astonishing, yet often overlooked, aspects of Ottoman rule was its sophisticated urban planning and public works. While European cities often grappled with hygiene and infrastructure, Ottoman cities like Istanbul, Bursa, and Edirne boasted elaborate water supply systems, public baths, and sophisticated sanitation networks centuries ahead of their time. The Roman legacy of aqueducts was not merely preserved but expanded upon, with engineers like Mimar Sinan designing breathtaking bridges and water conduits that served vast populations, a testament to an advanced understanding of civic engineering, according to research published in the Journal of Ottoman Studies. This commitment to public health wasn't just aesthetic. It was a pragmatic necessity for maintaining order and preventing epidemics in densely populated urban centers. Consider, too, the empire's surprising contributions to science and medicine. While Europe was still emerging from the Dark Ages, Ottoman polymaths and physicians were making significant strides. During the 15th and 16th centuries, Ottoman surgeons were performing intricate operations, including cataract removals and bladder stone extractions, using advanced instruments and techniques. Manuscripts from this period, such as those by Serafeddin Sabunkoglu, a surgeon from Amasya, showcase detailed anatomical illustrations and descriptions of surgical procedures that were revolutionary for their time, as explored in articles in the Turkish Journal of Medical Sciences. These texts reveal a practical, empirical approach to medicine that often contrasted with the more theoretical approaches common elsewhere. Moreover, the Ottoman Empire played a pivotal, albeit understated, role in the global spread of coffee. While the beans originated in Ethiopia and were cultivated in Yemen, it was the Ottomans who perfected the art of brewing and, crucially, established coffee houses as vibrant social and intellectual hubs. The first coffee houses, or kahvehanes, emerged in Istanbul in the 16th century, becoming centers for gossip, poetry, politics, or philosophical debate, long before their counterparts appeared in London or Paris. This cultural phenomenon was so impactful that it sparked both fascination and moral outrage, leading to temporary bans by conservative religious authorities who viewed it as a disruptive influence, a fascinating narrative explored by Semel Kafadar in A History of Coffee. The rich, dark brew that now energizes millions worldwide owes its global journey significantly to Ottoman ingenuity and social innovation. Beyond these cultural shifts, the empire harbored a lesser-known, but equally significant maritime prowess. While often remembered for its land armies, the Ottoman navy, particularly in the 16th century, was a formidable force that controlled the Mediterranean, Red Sea, and Persian Gulf. Admirals like Hayreddin Barbarossa were legendary figures whose fleets challenged European powers for dominance, securing vital trade routes and protecting Ottoman interests. Their galleys and galleons, built in vast imperial shipyards, were at the cutting edge of naval technology, demonstrating an often overlooked aspect of Ottoman military sophistication, as detailed by Andrew Hess in his work on the Battle of Lepanto. This naval strength was crucial for projecting power across vast distances and safeguarding the diverse trading networks that fueled the empire's economy. The concept of tolerance within the empire is another area ripe for re-examination. While the Devshirme system highlights a severe form of state control, the Ottoman millet system allowed various religious communities, Orthodox Christians, Armenians, Jews, and others, to govern themselves under their own laws and religious leaders, provided they paid taxes and remained loyal to the Sultan. This wasn't a modern notion of pluralism, but a pragmatic system that maintained order in a vast, multi-ethnic, multi-religious empire, offering a degree of autonomy rarely seen in contemporary European states. This system is extensively analyzed in academic works like Benjamin Broad and Bernard Lewis's Christians and Jews in the Ottoman Empire. It represented a unique form of imperial governance that, while not without its injustices, allowed for remarkable cultural diversity to flourish for centuries. Perhaps one of the most intriguing hidden facts pertains to the architectural marvels that often escape broader historical narratives. Beyond the Blue Mosque and Hagia Sophia, Ottoman architects and builders pioneered earthquake-resistant structures and thermal regulation in their grand mosques, bridges, and hospitals. Mimar Sinan, the chief Ottoman architect for three sultans, is often compared to Michelangelo for his genius, designing over 300 structures, many of which still stand today. His use of lead-reinforced joints, deep foundations, and carefully calculated load distribution allowed his buildings to withstand numerous seismic events that crumbled lesser structures, according to engineering analyses published in the International Journal of Architectural Heritage. This blend of aesthetic grandeur and structural innovation showcases a profound understanding of physics and materials science. The very decline of the Ottoman Empire, stretching over centuries, also reveals hidden complexities. It wasn't a sudden collapse, but a gradual erosion, marked by periods of reform and resurgence, often fueled by internal innovation and fierce resistance to external pressures. For instance, the Tanzimat reforms of the 19th century were a concerted effort to modernize the military, legal system, and bureaucracy along European lines, demonstrating an adaptive capacity often overlooked in narratives of imperial decay. These reforms, while ultimately unable to prevent the empire's dissolution, showcase a desperate yet ambitious attempt at self-renewal from within, a topic thoroughly explored in academic volumes like The Ottoman Empire, 1700 to 1922 by Donald Quadert. The empire was not simply a relic, but a dynamic entity continuously grappling with change. Even the legendary Ottoman harem, often sensationalized as merely a den of intrigue and sensual pleasure, had a hidden function as a sophisticated political training ground and a powerful center of female influence. Within its gilded walls, women, from the Valide Sultan, mother of the reigning sultan, to concubines and female servants, could wield significant power, shaping imperial policy, influencing successions, and even commissioning grand architectural projects. The Sultanate of Women period, for example, saw several royal women effectively ruling the empire through their sons or during periods of political instability, a historical phenomenon meticulously researched by Leslie P. Pierce in The Imperial Harem, Women and Sovereignty in the Ottoman Empire. It was a complex ecosystem of power, patronage, and sometimes fierce competition, far removed from simple exoticism. Finally, the Ottoman Empire's role in the Age of Exploration is often framed purely as an obstacle to European expansion. Yet, its presence actively shaped these explorations. The closure of traditional land routes to the east by Ottoman control directly spurred European powers to seek sea routes around Africa, inadvertently leading to the discovery of the Americas. Furthermore, Ottoman cartographers, like Piri Reis, were highly skilled, producing maps, such as the famous Piri Reis map of 1513, which incorporated detailed knowledge of newly discovered coastlines and even included annotations from earlier, now lost sources. This map, incredibly accurate for its time, hints at a vast network of intelligence gathering and geographical understanding that challenges the perception of a purely insular empire. As discussed in the Journal of the American Oriental Society, these hidden facts peel back layers of misconception, revealing an empire that was not a monolithic entity, but a vibrant, ever-evolving civilization. It was an empire of contradictions, a place of both brutal subjugation and surprising tolerance, of advanced science and profound artistry, of military might and delicate diplomacy. The true story of the Ottoman Empire is not just one of sultans and janissaries, but of the countless innovations, societal experiments, but human stories that shaped a crucial chapter of global history, much of which remains unexamined beneath the surface of popular narratives. Understanding these deeper currents allows us to appreciate the true scope of its legacy and its enduring, if often unacknowledged, impact on the world we inhabit today.